Hi friends, welcome to Ask Ashley, our weekly live Q&A where you ask me your crochet business questions and I answer as many of them as I can in about 30 minutes. I just realized I didn't throw on some lipstick, so this is what we got today. We already have a couple questions coming in. Also, Mackenzie is hanging out today, so she is going to be dropping links and resources as I come up with them while we're chatting. And then she's also going to be dropping in some questions from our Graham fam over here on my phone. I know you can't see it, but they're over here. They're going to be asking, hello, Canada. They're going to be asking questions as well. So if you see a question in the comments and it says from a crafty concept, that's Mackenzie. And she's going to be, hi, Anthea, and crochet with me today, and Susie and Heather and Donna. Welcome. Okay, let's jump right in, start answering these questions so we use the most amount of our time possible. The first one is from Donna. And Donna says, do you have any tips on how to overcome imposter syndrome as an ADHDer? So I have dealt with imposter syndrome when I first started my business. Everybody has. It is unbelievably common. There are some things that you can do to help. And I think I have a video on YouTube where how to build confidence. Do we have that? Is that a video? I think there's a video for how to build confidence in your business. Building confidence will help with the imposter syndrome a ton. But some steps that you can take is one, do not follow anybody on social media that is negative in any way. And some of it is sneaky negative. So if they're saying, like, kind of teasing a little bit about what somebody else is wearing, that's negative. And they might not even mean it in that way, like in a hateful bully kind of way, but I've had this experience before where I was around somebody who was also around somebody who was like that a lot, super negative and negative Nancy. And it kind of just spills over into other areas of your life. And then that's the vision that you see the world in. So when you're getting ready in the morning, you're like, oh, does this look okay with this? What would so-and-so say? How does this look? And it just creates a whole lot of unnecessary second guessing that can be avoided if you just don't have that in your life. So if it is a social media person and not like your mom that you see like in person, unfollow them. It's not personal. You're not trying to teach them a lesson or anything. You're just trying to better your business, right? And making sure you're not following a bunch of negative Nancy's, whether they're doing it intentionally or not. A lot of people are not doing it intentionally. That's just kind of how they grew up. It's what they're around. And so that's what comes out. What you put in is what comes out. So a lot of it's not even intentional, but it will poison you and you will have very negative self-thoughts because that's all that you're seeing. So you need to cut that out. A second thing that you can do is focus on your ideal customer instead of you. And that's a little bit of a difficult mind shift. So sometimes, like with going live, some people might be like, I don't want to go live. I'll look so funny. I sound funny. I don't like the sound of my voice. I don't like my room that I'm set up in. It's not clean. I don't have makeup on. I don't want to do it. Instead of thinking about you and how you're going to feel uncomfortable and how you aren't prepared and how it's going to make you anxious, focus on why your ideal customer needs you to go live right now. Focus on her. So right now, what I'm doing, you watching is my ideal customer trying to build your crochet business. I want you to build your crochet business. That is my why. That is my underlining driving force in my business. So whether I feel camera ready or not, I'm trying to put your needs above my needs and focusing on them, just adjusting my mindset. So I'm focusing on your needs. And I say, she needs me to go live today so she can grow her crochet business, so she can buy groceries for her family, so she can save money for her Disney trip, so she can raise her self-worth. Maybe she's got postpartum depression, whatever it is. She needs me to go live. So I'm doing it for her, not for me. In not focusing on my feelings, but focusing on her needs instead. And your feelings are still there and your feelings are still valid, but changing the way you're putting the focus of your thinking can help with that a lot. Other tips are to practice. I don't know if you like, if talking about going live again, I know that's not the only way to have imposter syndrome, but talking about going live, there are things you can do to practice. Taylor of Taylor Lynn Crochet used to hate going live. She probably still does. I love it. It's my favorite thing to do. I do not have any issues going live. Going live for me is the easiest thing I do in my business. But non-extroverted people usually they don't want to do that. It makes them very uncomfortable, and it's pulling them out of their comfort zone, and they are like suffering for the sake of their business and their ideal customer, which is what we do. I suffer in other ways. Going live is not the way. But Taylor used to struggle with confidence going live, even though she's a freaking bombshell. Makes no sense, but everybody has their own brains, right? She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. She's perfect. And I love her to death. Taylor of Taylor Lynn Crochet. But she said that she has the Marco Polo app, and it's like a videoing app where you can send video messages back and forth. And she said that being on Marco Polo helped her with her confidence being on camera, because technically she is on camera, even though it's just to one person. So little things like that you could try to incorporate in your day-to-day. So whatever it is that you're feeling imposter syndrome about, is there something similar that you could start doing on a regular basis that can help you build your confidence? Another thing that you can do is like maybe do like a gratefulness journal. If you're focusing on the things that you're grateful for, it's very difficult to focus on the things that are worrying you. It's a mindset shift. The worries are still, it's okay to worry. But if you're putting the focus on something else instead, those worries won't like overpower you to the point where you are just like paralysis and you can't move, right? So that's not what we want. So those are some very like tangible step-by-step tips that you can do. Heather, I'm so glad you love my lives. Thank you for being here. Mackenzie dropped this link in the comments. I know that you guys can't see it, but it's over here if you want to check it out. It's a YouTube video that I have about building confidence. It's how to build confidence in your crochet business. So if you guys search that, you'll probably find it. Has the tips that I just suggested and a lot more. So definitely check that out. But confidence is the cure to imposter syndrome. So the more self-confidence that you have, the smaller that voice of imposter syndrome will sound. Also, you have to remember that whatever you are, whoever your ideal customer is, whatever you are like teaching or showing or building relationships around, so for me as a pattern designer and business educator, I am teaching things to my ideal customer that I learned in 2012 to 2016, because I did that and I have the receipts. I would not be teaching you guys how to build a Shopify store because I don't have a Shopify store. I'm not an expert in that area, but I do have experience starting from scratch, right? So that's what I teach on. Whatever you're teaching on or talking about or working around, maybe you have older kids and you serve moms with young kids with your crochet things. You sell pretend food and you're helping moms play with their kids and educate their kids about like food and colors and words, all that good stuff. Maybe that's how you built your business, right? You are the expert. You have information through life experience that she doesn't have yet. There are going to be things that are so tiny that make to you seem like common sense. You think everybody knows this. That's not helpful, but it really is unbelievably helpful for her. You just can't see it because you're so close to it. I, for instance, thought that everybody could look at a crocheted thing and then make it, because that's what I can do. I thought everybody could do that. I didn't understand releasing crochet patterns because I was like, as soon as I release the picture on Instagram, they're going to know how to make it. I thought that's how everybody was. I'm very clearly wrong, right? I've built an entire business around crochet patterns. There's things in your life that seem so obvious to you that are not obvious to your ideal customer. And she really needs you to say it out loud, because light bulbs are going to go off. So you can have peace knowing that you are helping her. Like your information is helping somebody because they don't have that information yet. It seems so obvious to you. So you have imposter syndrome. Like, how's that even helpful? I'm not good enough to help these people, but it's not obvious to everybody. I promise. It's going to blow somebody else's mind and change their life, set them up on a different path. Like, they need you to say it. And you can think too, when it comes to your mindset, if you're currently not saying it because you don't feel like you're worthy, she's not hearing it. So she's just living her life without that information right now, that information that could really, really, really help her. So keep that in mind also when coming to imposter syndrome. Thank you, Donna, for your question. That one's excellent. Everybody struggles with imposter syndrome. Jasmine Starr struggles. Christy Wright struggles. Literally everybody struggles. So one, you're not alone. There's peace and grace in that. You are not the only one feeling that way. Literally everybody does. So great question, Donna. I hope that was helpful for everybody. Heather says, I changed my logo again. I think this one is going to stick. Is it okay to change your logo as long as your business name stays the same? So yes and no, Heather. It's fine to change your logo, to do a whole rebrand, to make it like a refresh. Maybe you need to change things up based on the current season that you're in, or your ideal customer, what she's going through, whatever. That's fine. But you don't want to do it all the time, because then she won't remember. She won't remember your branding. And then brand awareness is what you want to ingrain in your ideal customer. If your color is terracotta, when she's at Hobby, I'm not kidding. So my colors are like sage, olive, millennial pink, like a rosy, and terracotta, which is like a burnt orange, orangey red. And then the lighter shade, that would be like a peachy. So those are a crafty concept colors. Like these are crafty concept colors, right? I have had people literally send me pictures of wall decor that they saw at Hobby Lobby, and they were like, this is so a crafty concept. They were at Hobby Lobby and they thought of me because my branding is so the same all the time. They see it every day. If they engage with my content every day, they see my branding every day. I wore blue shorts today, and I told Mackenzie before we started, I said, these are not on brand. And she said, they can't see them. They can see them. They can't see them. It wasn't perfect. I don't know where my green ones are. I looked for my green ones. They weren't in there. So I just went with blue. I was hot. I needed something. But the more that you stick to your brand, the better the brand awareness will be in your ideal customer's mind. And the more she's going to just think of you when she sees that kind of stuff out. Another example, and I've given this inside of Crochet Boss Academy before, Angie of Harper Baby Hooks. I think she changed her name to something else. I can't remember if it's Harper. Yeah, because she used to be Harper Baby Shop, and now she's Harper Baby Hooks. She uses purple in her branding, and she sticks with purple all the time. And she always uses the purple heart emoji when she's commenting as Harper Baby Hooks. She will say, oh, thank you, purple heart emoji. This is so pretty, purple heart emoji. Always purple heart emoji. And I noticed it like five years ago when Angie and I first got to know each other and became friends. And she was like, oh, you noticed that? Like, she was doing it intentionally. And I noticed it because in my mind, Harper Baby Hooks equals purple, because she was so consistent with it. So yes, you can change it. Yes, I have done a rebrand for a crafty concept. Back in the day, my colors were mint green, like seafoam green, and coral. And I've changed it to make it more of these like muted rainbow type colors instead. And this is probably where we're going to stay. I might change the shade of green to a more warmer olive green. But I still keep the sage though. I just might start incorporating like a warm olive, like a rich olive color. So yes and no, Heather. Yes, you can change your logo and your branding. Should you do it all the time? No. Another tip about it, if you are going to change your logo or your branding, take your ideal customer on the journey with you. Let her be involved. A lot of us want to build this awesome thing and then have a big announcement. And there is very much excitement in that. But in the world of social media and building relationships with your people, if you take them on the journey with you, they are emotionally invested. If you say, these are the two logo options I'm choosing between, which one do you like better? And they get to pick, like they get to vote, whether that's the one you go with or not. Either way, whichever one you choose, they'll be like, that's not the one I picked. Or, oh, that's the one I picked. And then you're going to have immediate a relationship building in both directions. Both are good. Both, because they're going to think about it in whichever path that they end up going. So if you take them on the journey with you, it's going to help them remember it more, like help them realize that you are changing your brand because they're involved with you. So you can do it like polls and the little slider bar and things like that on social media. And if you do that, it will help you to keep the brand awareness in the eyes of your ideal customer. Hopefully that was helpful. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Anthea, you're so sweet. Heather says she's all about the purple. You should check out Harper Baby Hooks. Leisha said, listen to this young woman. She is spot on. I'm an older woman and still learning. Well, Leisha, I am happy you are here. Thank you guys so much. Very sweet comments. Donna, my pleasure. Okay, everybody's being super sweet. All right, next one is from Christina, and she said, suggestions for making your logo. I use Canva. And Mackenzie and I just saw a video today of a girl on TikTok trying to help people build their logos, and she had a logo that she had created. I think she created it as an example and was like trying to show you what a not good logo looks like. And I showed it to Mackenzie. I was like, this is a cute logo. Like, I like it. So I guess beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? But I use Canva. I use Canva to create my logo, and I like it because I get to easily go back in and change things if I want to, or if I do rebrand. Another rebrand that I did was I changed this ball in my logo. Okay, look, I'll show Instagram too. So this was my old ball. See how it's airy, like open? This is my old ball. And then this is my new ball. I closed it up. Can you see? I know it's a little bit blurry, but it's closed up now. Closed up. I can do that because I made it, and I have access to all the files in Canva, and on my iPad, I also use Procreate. If you want to draw something, I would suggest Procreate on an Apple iPad with an Apple Pencil. That's what I use anytime I need to draw anything. There's a sticker tutorial. Mackenzie will grab a link for you. I show you how to use Procreate in my sticker tutorial, the one with the lamb, the most recent one. Excuse me. But I like to make my own because I get to have all of the different elements and I can rearrange them. You want multiple versions of your logo. Like this is my stacked logo, that sometimes you need to use it stacked and sometimes you need to use it long and skinny. So, and then also we can do just the ball by itself for like the little favcon, which is the tiny little logo when you're on a website. The tiny little logo is like, so I'll use just the circle, or just before I used to take my circle, my yarn ball, my specific yarn ball, and put a Santa hat on it or bunny ears on it and celebrating for the different holidays, right? So there's a lot you can do if you have all the different pieces. If you pay for somebody to build your logo, they're not going to give you all the pieces unless that's an option, which if it is, that's a good thing to do. Inside of Crochet Boss Academy, I teach my students how to build their branding, and we create a mood board and we create a branding kit, and I have a template for them, and it's plug and play, and I help them to get all the creative juices that they need, and we work through it together as like a family, and then we talk about it inside of the Facebook group, and I say, show a picture of your logo today and comment on the person's above you with some feedback, like things like that to help you really nail down your branding. And we do that really, really hard inside of Crochet Boss Academy. But I like Canva, Canva. I am no longer an affiliate. They rearranged, and I don't post enough Canva content for them to make me an affiliate. They just want like Canva only people. And I'm a crafty concept person, and I use Canva. That's not what they wanted. Totally fine. I will use Canva for the life of my business. I pay for it. I pay for the pro version because you get more options. It's the best investment for your business. I will never not use Canva unless they do something to like really tick me off. So 10 out of 10 recommend Canva. Thank you, Christina, for your question. I know a lot of people want to talk about logos a lot, and we don't get that question very often. So I know that you helped a lot of people by asking that. So thank you for asking. The next one is my friend Anthea, and she said, did you offer the course or content modules for Crochet Boss Academy 2023 as a book that we could purchase, or is that just the notes? Okay, that is just the notes, Anthea. Can you grab the workbook for me? Where is it? I don't know where it is. Is it up there? It might be in the closet. I have so it's like this, like the 2024 content calendar, but it's a workbook. It might be in the closet for Crochet Boss Academy with all of the worksheets for each module. I can't release the content because then it will be on Amazon for the public to see. And it's like a $300 and almost a $400 course at this point. So I wouldn't be able to, this was the proof that we had, but this is what she's talking about. And it's just got the worksheets that go with the module. So in this module, checklist for the module, and then worksheets that go, that one's just notes, but like this, like actual worksheets that go with the module. this was available, so you didn't have to print them out all the time, the worksheets. She's asking, do I have a book format for the actual course content? I do not. But what I have done, Anthea, is print them out myself. I think I put PDFs inside of Crochet Boss Academy, so you could download it as a PDF, and then you could print it out yourself. This was last year's binder. These are all the people that signed up to Crochet Boss Academy last year. Remember we put all the names on the walls. It was very fun. And then we was coloring the little hearts to track how many people. It was very fun. But then, yeah, so I downloaded the actual PDFs. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can see it over there. It's good. And just put them in a binder. So obviously this isn't as fun as the bound book, but it gets the job done. Now there's papers everywhere. You also could probably get it bound at Office Depot if you wanted to go that route. But no, it's not available because it would be out in the public and I wouldn't have no way of regulating it. Thank you for your question. Crochet Boss Academy doors open May 25th. Mark your calendar. Then Christina says, also, need advice on how often to offer deals or coupons. Want to use them to draw in customers, but I don't want to appear cheap or like I'm too desperate for business. Very good question. I like to do them seasonally based on when people are shopping, or like my Etsyversary or my birthday, to like celebrate together. I am not a detail person. I'm a big picture person. So I'm not able to think of it in that way. In my mind, as soon as it's my birthday, I'm like, oh, I should do a sale. I wish I could think of it, all the details leading up to it, but my brain, I can. It's just not like organic for me. So I have to work really hard on it. So, but if you can get organized, and this would be the tool that I would use, the 2024 content calendar, and then sit down and make time to do that. You can look at what's happening each month and then decide if you want to run a sale or not. And if you're on Etsy, you can go ahead and schedule the sale. I scheduled my birthday sale back in, I don't remember when. There was another one that I scheduled because I was looking for, like, I don't know, Earth Day was coming up. So I wanted to, Avocado Day or something. So I wanted to make my avocado sticker on sale that day specifically. And it was on Mackenzie's to-do list to help me draft the email for that. And I already had the sticker thing, the code scheduled on Etsy so that it would work from the window that I told it to. So that's a really good tool if you're not using that on Etsy. But I would just choose times when people are shopping, like Christmas time. No, actually, maybe I wouldn't do that because they're going to be shopping anyway. So I would choose slower times. That's what I would do if I was trying not to appear cheap. Now, the thing about a handmade business is whether you sell 5 Claire Bun beanies or 50 Claire Bun beanies, you still have to make them all. When you're with wholesale or resale, it's a little bit different. Or like even my stickers, it's a little bit different. Buy 3, get 1 free for my stickers. But I don't make them. I order them in bulk and then I package them. It's not as super helpful if you have to make the thing to offer deals like that. So if you know that your business blows up during holiday sales, offering coupons to get more holiday sales is working harder, not smarter, because you're piling on more orders when you're getting orders anyway at full price. So you can either make lesser beanies and make this much money or make more beanies and make the same amount of money. So we want to be smart. But I would look and see when are some seasons that sales are usually typically low based on previous years. You can look at your Etsy analytics and then create some fuss around those downtimes to try to drum up some more sales. That's what I would do with coupons if it were me. Thank you for your question, Christina. I hope that was helpful. Next question is from Bridget. And she said, I'm overwhelmed getting all of my items prepped for my upcoming market. I'm worried I'm only going to have one of each item on my table. Is it better to have one of everything or multiples of a few? So, Bridget, I don't think there is a black and white answer for that. But I can understand your frustration and your stress because it's a very potentially stressful experience. It depends on your ideal customer and what she's after. But I would say for majority of us and majority of our ideal customers, it's better to have multiples of the same thing. But don't panic. There'll be more markets. We're going to learn as we go. We're going to bob and weave. Each thing that we do is a learning experience, right? So don't panic. You're totally fine. Don't get overwhelmed. This is another reason why I teach my students inside of Crochet Boss Academy to have a very intentional product line. So you're not trying to make every hee-haw and thing that pops into your brain. Like if I did that, could you imagine? Could you imagine how many things that I would be making all the time? I'm already doing it, but I'm trying to hoard up potential crochet pattern ideas that come out throughout the year. If you just try to make everything, you're going to be very overwhelmed. And if you're trying to make it in all the colors, you're going to be very overwhelmed. So I like to have my students nail down a very intentional product line where everything that you're crocheting solves a specific problem for your specific person, your specific ideal customer, and raising her quality of life in some way. It doesn't have to be that serious, right? It's not like you are, it doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be really small. Like if your person really loves accessories and she's got a different pair of earrings and purse for every outfit or season. I don't know if you know any lady like that in your life. For me, it was my elementary art teacher. She loved zebras and she had zebra accessories. Every day was a different zebra accessory. But there's also women who just change their accessories to go with the day or to go with their outfit or to go with the theme. If that's your ideal customer, I don't remember what I was saying. Gabe texted me and threw me off, and then that horse was rolling in the dirt and it threw me off. I don't remember my point. Huh?
About jewelry.
Jewelry? I don't remember why I started that, though.
I don't know.
What was the question? Overwhelming, worried to have each my table. I don't remember what I was saying, but one of the downfalls of having, all of the things in your shop should cater to her. Okay. Oh, yes. So having the earrings that match her current accessory day. You know what I mean? You're solving a small problem for her. It's not changing her life, but she needed red earrings and you have red earrings. You know what I mean? You are the one who come through with that. So if your ideal customer is an accessories lady and you make accessories for her that match each other, she's going to love that. If you gave her red earrings and a red coffee cozy for when she needs to wear red, she's going to be all set because you've got her accessories handled, right? And you could talk to her about that. She's your ideal customer. That's how you guys build your relationships together. Okay, sorry, got really thrown off. Another thing about having just one of everything in your market is it can look overwhelming to your customers because they don't know which one to buy. And then there's something about, I don't know what psychology it is, but there's something about seeing multiples of the same thing. I have my Crochet Boss Academy students, one of the Etsy listing photos I suggest that they do is a group photo of multiples of the same thing. Me as a consumer, when I see multiples of the same thing, I want to buy one. I don't know what it is. Maybe FOMO, I'm not sure. But having when you go to like JCPenney or Macy's, or an Old Navy, they got multiples of the same thing. You're trying to find your size, or they got 10 different colors of this specific t-shirt that you know that you like, and you just choose your colors. You know what I mean? But it's not like 65 colors. It's like 10, right? There's a difference. But don't panic, Bridget. Maybe this time pay attention to what sells first, like quickly. Pay attention to what people are talking about when they're coming into your booth, even if they don't buy anything. What grabbed their attention? What were they talking about with each other? Pay attention to this stuff so you can take notes for your next market and for your online store. Okay, gosh, we are out of time. I got to do another one. Let me see if there's one. This person on Instagram said, when are you coming out with the granny square bag? Very soon. I just got to film the intro and the exit portion and then get it edited and get everything written up. But the filming is almost done. That's the biggest thing. Is it better for Etsy crochet store to concentrate on one kind of item, or is anything okay? You want to keep it niche. Keep it as niche as you can. A few products that serve one specific person and serve her really well. And by actually what means a few. It's going to vary, but it also depends on what type of shop that you have. But you don't want 55 different products in your shop. That would be extremely overwhelming and hard to manage for you as the owner and for your customer. Becky, I do not teach pattern design because the way I do it is not the most practical way. There's much better people who do it much better than me. So I teach selling finished pieces, I am not your girl for pattern design. I'm trying to go through these really quick. Tina said, is there a video on pricing? She's trying to figure out pricing for her products. There is an Ask Ashley replay that we hit pricing pretty hard. It was a couple months ago at this point now. Mackenzie might be able to grab it for you by looking at the titles. I suggest just binging Ask Ashley because we talk about pricing in almost every video. Okay. Sorry, I'm speed answering. I'm just trying to get you guys. Kat has a question about like a technical question on Canva. I would reach out to Canva support. They're really helpful and they're really kind. If I make a pattern from someone else's, if I make an item from someone else's pattern, am I allowed to make a special printable for what item I made when I didn't design it? I have a succulent I made and I was hoping to make a card to match. Sure. Are you going to sell the card like separately or is it going to go with your product? I don't see why you couldn't. I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice. Seek a lawyer. This is my personal experience, but I don't see why not. Those are totally different things. So I don't. Now, succulent is a really broad, like a lot of them look very similar. If it was very specific, like the Gracie doll, and you made a card that looked just like my doll, very specific to my doll, there could be some issues there. If you just used a doll graphic from Canva, like you didn't draw it or design it to look exactly like my doll, you just used a clip art graphic from Canva, you're probably fine. If you trace a picture of my doll and try to say Gracie doll wrap labels or whatever, that's when you're going to have some copyright infringement. Okay. She's not seeing any of the specifically for the pricing. There is one though where we hit it pretty hard. I can't remember when it is, but you can also check the chapters. There's chapters listed in all of them. So go through and check the chapters and hopefully you'll find it fairly quickly. Okay, friends, that is all I have for today. Gabe texted me and told me that dinner is ready. So we have to go. Tina, I'm so happy. She said this is her first Ask Ashley. I'm so happy you were able to join us. Huh? What? Oh, we don't have time. Okay. It's okay. I think that's everything. Okay, friends, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for asking questions. And thanks for what you're getting ready to do next, which is taking action with something that you learned. So either brain dump something or go finish a task that I sparked a reminder for. Teach your body that when you take in new information, you put out new action, and then it'll become habit. That's you're training your brain to know that you take in information and then you take action to grow your business, and you're not just hoarding that information and then not actually doing anything, because then you're going to waste your time. And that's the last thing I want to do. So go take action, even if it's small, because you're going to train your brain that that's how you act. All right. I will see you next week. Next week, we will be in April, and we're still sticking to the 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time throughout the month of April for Ask Ashley. It might be different in April, May. Not sure. I'll let you know. But for April, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. That's all I have. I'm going to go eat some dinner. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you next week. Okay, friends.